Alrighty, here we are in the warehouse. This is the secret part of the factory. And latest project is restoring and refurbishing a twist wrapper. A twist wrapper is a product that wraps a confectionery and twists each end. This machine was built in 1958. It's one of the classic wrapping machines of the confectionery industry. And it's made in England, and it's a Rose Forgrove 22B, known all around the world. Google it, they've even got a website on the 22B twist wrapper. So what we've got is our chocolate macadamias, beautiful macadamias, freshly roasted by Ben in the panning room. He pans them up, puts milk chocolate or dark chocolate on them, and then we bring them over to here. Now, I've got to say, we're still at the early stages of the restoration, so there's paint chips and some parts that need to be finished. The other thing, once we've got it all fine-tuned, is that then we have to make it up to standards of the latest Australian Hock Health and Safety, so then we have to put some big guards on it. So what we do then, the big heavy machine, we put an exclusion guard, so lots of clear plastic so people can still see it working, but it excludes the operator. So come on over and I'll show you one of my favourite machines. Okay, so the product starts, we tip the product in the hopper, nice and gentle, because we don't want to have it floored. So I'm going to turn the machine over by hand, so the noise is minimal, so you can actually see what's happening. But there's no electronic parts in this machine at all. It's all mechanical, and it's a beautiful old machine. So the product comes down here, this vibrates a bit, and then the product falls down on the indexing plate. And then from the indexing plate, the brush then makes sure it's kept in the plate, and then it comes around to this area of the machine. So I'm going to turn it by hand. So we're watching our macadamias, and they'll all fill up on the plate here. And then this little arm here says, yes, boss, we've got something to wrap here. So then the machine calls for paper. So it's a no product, no wrap. Not like some machines, okay? So you're not wasting empty wrappers. Then the product is picked up and pushed into the wrapper. There's a nice pair of scissors there, cuts the rewind, as we call it, or the twist wrap. And then it comes up into these grippers. It's held in the grippers, and then there's two jaws that come along in here that grip the product and twist it, and then they go in and out as well. So over here you can see the green and gold wrapper getting twisted. The jaws open, let the product go round, and then it comes round to this side. Now that to me is a very nicely wrapped product. Next time you buy a lolly, a sweet, candy, whatever you want to call it, okay, check out how good the twist is, okay? That's nice and even. See that each side is fairly even length, and there's a nice even twist. Some of them wrapping machines don't like an uneven product being fed through them. This one's a bit larger. Can you see that they're a bit uneven? So that's what we try and get all the time. A nice firm wrap so that the product is sealed and maintains its freshness and has a nice appeal and an even look throughout. And the green and gold, the colour is an important factor as well. This is some rewind that we've had for some time. It's interesting, I thought the green and gold would be good. Macadamia's a golden nut. But then we've had some feedback to say, no, it's green grain. That signifies mint. So it's incredible how different people's perceptions on the colour of a wrap. Hopefully we're going to develop some wrapping in the colours of our logo. Melba's orange, Melba's red, I should say, Melba's gold, and Melba's yellow. So stay tuned for that. Now I'm going to turn it on. It's going to be a little bit noisy because the vibrator makes a bit of noise. But have a look at all the cams and things that go in and out, in and out. Here you can see all the cams working. That's just to operate one twisting jaw. You hear the vibrator calling for product. One of the beautiful things about this machine is that I got a manual with it as well. Full parts list, operator's instructions, and installation manual as well. Really well written, full description. I'd like to share with you this how technology has advanced, and in some ways it hasn't really advanced. But all this apparatus here, all it does is operates a micro switch and 2 brushes. On our other twist wrapping machine, it's just one tiny small motor, maybe about 100mm square. Have a look at this. It sits on 3/8mm steel. You cannot pick it up with one hand. It's a beautiful little 1/4 horsepower single phase motor with a tiny gearbox that was seized last week. I had to free it up. Then it goes into a shaft drive. The shaft runs this brush, and then as a bevel gear comes up and operates this chain drive, which operates this little brush here. This is, my guess is a capacitor. I'm not really sure whether it's for running the motor or the vibrator on the feed system. But then this thing here operates the micro switch. Nowadays you'd have a little fibre optic sensor, a tiny weeny motor and a brush, or 2 motors and 2 brushes, and would all sit on a piece of 2 or 3mm stainless steel. The hinges on here that hold this thing in, this lid, have a look at the lid, aluminium cast in the 50s. Yeah, how thick it is. And the hinges are solid brass with 3/8 rod pins to hold it in so it can hinge back. Beautiful thing. Been sitting in a shed, in our storage shed for 12 years, okay? It still works. Beautiful. Good old stuff. It's fun. You can fix them. So, just in closing, it's a twist wrap line, and we're putting chocolate macadamias through there. The plan is to work up chocolate raspberries, scorched almonds, anything that can be about that shape, 25mm diameter. And what are we going to do with them? Well, we're going to sell them, aren't we, in our shop. And the other thing is that we're trying to develop a range to supply some of the leading restaurants and catering establishments with an after-dinner chocolate with a nice presentation, beautiful flavour. Thanks for joining us, folks. See you next time.
Thank you.